Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to this first live stream speaking practice session. I hope everybody had a fantastic new year and welcome back. So this is the first session of the new year. Great to see you guys and to have you joining us. Welcome Subarata Sarkar or Dulangosh Sarkar. So welcome to you joining us from Facebook. Where are you coming from today? Hi everyone. Feel free to post into the comments. We're just waiting for some students to come along. So in the meantime, I will share this with you. So Swoosh English have a holiday sale that is up to 50% off our OET, IELTS and PTE courses. So there is no better time to sign up. You can find more details on the website at www.swooshenglish.com. So if you are taking an OET, IELTS or PTE course or looking to take one in the near future, now is a really great time to sign up. So make sure you check the website. The link is at the top of the presentation there. So be sure to type that in and go and check that out because you could save some money. We've got some students joining us now. So welcome Annie Lynn Lapatan. Happy to have you with us. Thanks for coming along. We've got Nin and KK have just joined us. So we will get started with the speaking part ones. Remember, these are general questions on everyday topics. Some of the questions are a little bit unusual. We have one today that is a little bit strange. So we'll see how the students do with that. And remember to make sure that you answer the question. So if our students are going off topic, I will probably stop them and have them start answering again. If you speak for too long, don't worry about it. Just be aware the examiner will stop you. So if the examiner stops you in your IELTS speaking test, it's not a big problem. They just want to move on and finish the questions. So don't panic if the examiner stops you. If they stop you and ask the next question, great. If they stop you very quickly and ask the same question again, you're probably a bit off topic. A little bit different today than the usual test format because our students will be able to see the questions. Remember, in your actual IELTS test, the only thing that you will be able to see is the Part 2 topic card. So just pay attention to that. They will be able to see the Part 1 questions and they will be able to see the first few Part 3 questions, although I will develop and ask them things that are not shown. So we'll see how they do with that. Right, so remember, there's a few things that we want to think about while they're speaking. Today, we are going to be looking at pronunciation. So firstly, are they easy to understand, or does their pronunciation make it a bit difficult at times? Do they have any problem sounds? Are there sounds which they are not getting correct? There usually are one or two, so we will see if we have any examples of problem sounds. Another important thing for your pronunciation is the rhythm with which you speak. And remember that there is a connection between fluency and pronunciation. If their speaking is not very fluent, they will actually have some breaks in the rhythm, and that could affect their pronunciation as well. And lastly, I want you to think about whether they link sounds together nice and naturally, or whether they are breaking up all the words in a way that is quite unnatural. So there's a few things to think about while you listen to our speakers. And we are starting off today with the topic of work or study. But as you are all very busy nurses, I am pretty sure people are going to say that they work. And we have a few pictures down there on the right as well. So at the top there, you have a scientist, possibly a chemist, somebody doing pottery, so perhaps making pottery or some other kind of creative job. We have some airline pilots and we also have an astronaut. So this is all because if you look at the questions, the third question there asking about your dream job, these are some common ones, especially when you are a bit younger. Okay, so let's get started. Nin. Hi, Nin. Hi, how are you?
Hi. I'm
Hi.
fine, Luke. How about you?
Yeah, really good. Thanks. Did you have a good New Year?
Yes,
Yes, busy?
yes, a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure very, very busy with work at the moment. So, Nin.
Yes, work and
Mm, mhm. Yeah, sorry. Carry on.
yes, yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I'm still working during that time.
Yeah. So not much of a break for you busy nurses.
Yes,
But thanks for coming along. Did you manage to do much IELTS preparation during the New Year period?
yes. I tried to review again my milestone exams in the
hmm
platform.
hmm Okay, fantastic. Okay, so before we ask Nin these questions, I just want to welcome Darshana, Alice. Wonderful to have you both coming back. Harriet as well. Welcome, and Aparna. So great to see some familiar faces coming back for this session. Okay, then let's get started. Let's talk about work or study. Do you work or study at the moment?
I'm currently working right now, and I'm working as a nurse in one of the government hospitals here in the Philippines, here in Western Visayas. I work as a newborn screening nurse, and actually, I'm not doing bedside nursing, but
Okay.
mm, yeah.
Why did you choose your current work?
I choose this work because uh, ever since I was young, I really wanted to work in a medical field, and nursing is one of the best jobs I can say that can bring greener pasture to the people here in the Philippines. So
Mm, Okay,
that's
okay.
one.
Um, what was your dream job when you were a child?
Actually, when I was young, I really dreamed to become a doctor, but because we are not that financially capable to to proceed, then I just stick to nursing career.
hmm and what work would you like to do in the future?
In the future, actually, I want to go back in the bedside, in working as a bedside nurse, because for few years, I've been working as a bedside nurse. But right now, I choose this work that
Okay,
I have.
okay, okay, okay. Good. Good. So brilliant, then. Well done. What do you think you did well there?
I don't know what the thing that I don't like was that I'm still thinking of what to say.
hmm Yeah, okay. So that is very well noticed. Very good awareness. The fluency did drop there a little bit at
Mhm,
one point. One thing with tenses as well, you said, I choose this work. Choose?
mhm.
When did
Chose.
that? Okay, make sure you get that past tense there. And other than that, yeah, quite strong. So well done, really good. And yeah, just pay attention. Slight drop in fluency there.
Mhm.
But as you start speaking, it's natural while you warm up. Okay, brilliant. Thanks a lot, Nen.
Thank you,
So I
Luke.
will. Okay, we'll have you back shortly, I'm sure. Okay, brilliant. We've got some new students joining us today as well. So let's have one of those. Um, hi, Peter. Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, yeah, loud and clear.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, good. And where are you coming from today, Peter?
Yeah, I'm here in the UAE in Abu Dhabi.
hmm
Uh, yeah.
Okay. And are you originally from the UAE?
No, I'm from the Philippines. I'm working here in the UAE in the Emirate of Abu Dhabi as a nurse.
Hmm. Okay,
Yeah,
fantastic. Well, let's
yeah,
get
yeah.
talking about work then. Do you
Sure.
work or study at the moment?
So I'm currently working as an emergency room nurse in the hospital of Cleveland Clinic in Abu Dhabi. And as an emergency room nurse, I am the one who gives
Okay.
critical treatment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you choose your current work?
So basically, when I graduated college, where I was only pushed by my mom to study nursing because at that time, nursing seems to be a good chance in having
Okay.
work
Okay.
abroad. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What was your dream job when you were a child?
As a child, I only dreamed of playing professional basketball. I didn't had any um, plan of having a like proper work, like an office job.
Okay.
Because at that
Okay.
time, yeah.
Okay. What work would you like to do in the future?
So in the future, I see myself doing some managerial type of work. I would love to have my own office, working in the computer, managing some
Okay.
employees, yeah,
Okay.
things like that.
Okay. Okay, good. Good. So, as with Nin, some lovely development there. Just had to stop you a few times.
Yeah.
It's fine. Some points try to get to the point a bit more quickly because
Okay.
just to make sure that you're answering the question fully before I stop you. But yeah, good, good. Plenty
Okay.
to say. Plenty to say.
Yeah.
One point there, you also, as with Nin, you had a slight slip with the tense. You said, I didn't had. I did.
Uh, I didn't have should it should
Yeah.
be I didn't have. Okay.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And make sure you're practicing English a lot. It's the first time we've had you on. The
Yeah.
speaking speed could be a bit faster and a bit less hesitation. But in terms of the content and actually, keeping going, really good there. So well done, Peter. Great to have
Thank you
you
so
with us.
much, Luke.
And I think we have an Azan going off in the background as well. So wonderful,
Yeah, it's
wonderful
the
melody.
prayer time here in the UAE.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a prayer time.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for joining us, Peter. We'll have you back shortly.
Welcome. Yeah, thanks.
So, for those of us joining us now, Itahowo, Itahowo, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Welcome, Hina. Lovely to have you joining us, and Deepa as well. Welcome to the session. Last one there for work. We'll have another new person joining us, Mel Chris. Hi, Mel Chris.
Hi,
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Good. Did you have a good New Year?
Yeah, it was quiet.
Yeah, okay. And where are you joining us from today, Malchris?
I'm joining from London.
Oh, fantastic. In the UK. And why are you doing an IELTS test?
Well, I failed my exam before,
Uh-huh.
so I'm not actually happy failing the exam. So I want to try it again. And
Okay.
then, yeah.
Okay, well, hopefully we will be able to give you some very valuable feedback and help you do really well next time. Okay, Malchris, let's talk about work. Do you work or study at the moment?
I work at the moment.
Uh-huh. Why did you choose your current work?
Well, it was my dream to become a nurse since I was a kid. So, yeah, it's my dream to to become a nurse. That's why I chose to work in healthcare profession.
Uh-huh. What was your dream job when you were a child?
When I was a child, it was different. I want to be aeronautical engineer, but that didn't happen because obviously, growing up, I finished high school. That things changed, so I went into healthcare profession.
Mm-hmm. What would you like to do in the future?
Well, in the future, I wanna be. I mean, I've been in the nursing profession for quite a while, so I probably would like to join the um, education as part of still part of a healthcare profession. So it's like on the education
Okay.
side.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Melchris, one thing I would say, I think the most valuable feedback for you today is you need to develop some of these answers a little bit more. Okay, so when I said, do you work or study at the moment, you answer very directly, at the moment I'm working, or something, like that. Try and give a bit more information. Yeah, it's a good point here, actually. The way that we answer some of these IELTS questions is a little bit unnatural. If somebody asked you every day whether you work or study, you would probably just say, well, I'm working at the moment. Yeah. And then you would wait for them to follow up. In IELTS, we want to develop a little bit more. So think of things like who, what, when, where, why. At the moment, I'm working as a nurse. Currently, I'm living in the UK, something like that, and just give a bit more development. Okay. In terms of your grammar and things like that and your pronunciation, really good. So let's just get that development up a bit, practicing speaking every day. And you should find that you develop quite quickly. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Brilliant. Well done, Melchris. Lovely to have you with us. Thanks for coming along, and we will have more from you shortly.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so we've done the work or study frame here. Let's move on, and we've got another speaking part one set of questions talking about making lists. So a bit of an unusual topic that you might not discuss every day when you first meet someone. As you can see on the right there, we have a shopping list, and we also have another interesting kind of list, somebody setting their New Year's resolutions. What do they want to do in 2021? So let's have another student coming in shortly to answer these. Welcome, Bert. Great to have you back. Hi, Anna. Thanks for coming along. Aram, brilliant. Lovely to see so many people joining in and greeting everybody. Ina as well. So great to have you with us. Brilliant. Quite a few people in the stream now. So really good to have you guys taking the time to come and join us. No pressure for our speakers, but you do have an audience today. Okay, let's have Claire. Hi there. Is that Claire?
It's clearly.
Clearly. Okay, brilliant. Yeah. If I ever get your name wrong, please feel free just to correct me. Okay.
Yeah, some people they read it as Charlie. I don't know why.
Yeah. Okay. Where are you joining us today from, Clearly?
Yes, I'm joining from Riyadh here in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I work here now currently.
Fantastic. How's the weather in Riyadh?
It's cold. It's dry cold.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say cold, what do you mean?
It's dry cold that it means it's not like in the Philippines that it's cold humid. It's not like in the UK that it's cold with snow. Here it's dry cold.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we're having -2 here tonight. So hopefully it's not as cold as we are here. Okay. Clearly, let's get started and talk about making lists. Do you like making lists?
I like making lists. I like being organized. I'm an organized person. I'm a little bit of an OC person on which I really have I do really look at my list to get things in order. Yeah.
How often do you make lists?
I make lists almost every day because it gets me through the day. So it gives direction to me. Like I tend to prioritize things at the start of the day on which is urgent and which is not. So
do you make shopping lists when you go shopping?
yes, I would love to do shopping list because when I don't have my shopping list with me, I tend to go to sway through out of my budget, and it's not good for me financially. Of course, I have a 1-year-old son, in which I have to save up.
Okay. Do you make to-do lists at work?
Yes, I make to-do list at work. I have this I'm an organized person. That's why I want things to be organized at the start of the day, so that my boss, when my boss comes, he knows what are the things that I have done and what are the things that I haven't done.
Okay, okay, brilliant. So really good, lots to say, and some great vocabulary there. So well done. One point where vocabulary was an opportunity for vocabulary was missed. What do you mean by an OC person?
Oh yeah, sorry. Obsessive compulsive.
Okay, okay.
Sorry.
No problem. Just make sure. I think using some
Yeah,
medical
I have to
abbreviations.
elaborate that one.
Yeah. Using some medical abbreviations the examiner might not understand. So
Okay.
just make sure that you elaborate as you say. Um,
Mm.
what do you think you need to work on for your speaking?
I need to work on more of the vocabulary and
Hmm.
word fillers. I
Hmm.
think the word fillers like that. I think that point is my weakness.
Yeah. Okay. With your pronunciation, you stress words really strongly. So the stress pattern is quite strong. It's fine.
Mhm.
Just try and weaken it a bit. So
Okay.
try and get a bit more rhythm, because sometimes it's very punchy. Yeah. So
Okay.
just try and soften it a little bit. Because we're listening for pronunciation today, in terms of vocabulary, a really nice range. So well done.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Thanks a lot for joining us, Claire. We will have more from you shortly. Okay, so joining us in the stream, welcome, JC. Great to have you back. Yeah, JC, you can only watch from here. But if you are a member of that IELTS Scholars group, they do have the opportunity to come and join us in the stream. And welcome, Kath, as well. So great to have you guys joining us. Okay, let's have another speaker to do this part one. Again, wow, quite a lot of new people coming along today. So let's try Stan. Hi, Stan, are you there? Stan, can you hear me? Maybe try and unmute your microphone.
Yep, here, still here.
Hi, Stan. How are
Yeah,
you?
yeah, quite good. Excited, but I just woke up and I'm just watching.
Oh wow. Okay. What time is it there?
Now it's already around 6 in the evening, I guess. Hold on for a
Okay.
second. It's around 6:25.
Uh-huh.
6:25.
Yeah. It's having a snooze at the end of a busy day.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Mhm. Do you want to do this speaking part one frame? Are you happy to do that, or would you rather someone else?
Yeah, maybe I would just give the floor to someone else.
Okay, brilliant. Well, thanks for joining us, Stan. And yeah, welcome to sit in and listen. I will just remove you from the stream, and we will have another speaker. So let's add in Shay. Hi, Shay. Can you hear me? Hello. You might want to unmute yourself, Shay. Okay. Shay, I'm just going to remove you from the stream. If you do come back, then we will have some from you. So we will come back to you later. Yel. Hi, Yel.
Hello. Hello, Luke.
Hi. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Brilliant. Where are you joining us from today, Yel?
I'm here in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What time is it in the Philippines?
It's around 11:24 in the evening.
Wow. Quite late. So thanks for
Yeah.
taking the time to come and join
Yeah.
us. Hope you're not too tired to do some speaking.
Yeah, it's my day off today, actually.
Oh, fantastic. Have you done anything nice with your day off, or just relaxing?
Yeah, I just relax here at my dormitory.
Yeah.
Where I live.
Okay, Yel. Well, let's talk about making lists. Do you like making lists?
Yes, indeed. I love making lists because it is essential for me, and I'm quite forgetful. I'm quite a forgetful person.
Mm-hmm. How often do you make lists?
almost every day I do make lists, be it on the phone or in a small notepad.
Why?
It is, as I have mentioned, it is important not only in my day-to-day life but also in my workplace.
Do you make shopping lists when you go shopping?
Yes, of course. It is particularly important to me, just to make sure that I have bought everything that I need at home or for my job.
Do you make to-do lists at work?
Of course, that is the most important um, reason why I make lists, because my job is primarily as a peri-operative nurse, and I want to make sure that everything is given to the patient, and all the supplies needed for the procedures are also present.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks a lot, Yel. What do you think about your speaking? What do you think you do
Well,
best?
I think I needed more lexical resource, and I quite speak fast, I must say, and I am quite nervous, so it's quite different.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's good to be a little bit nervous because you'll probably be nervous in your test. It's good you're quite aware of some of the issues you have. In terms of Lexis, actually, you've got some quite good lexical resource. So talking about being forgetful, also the Lexis talking about your work. I'm a peri-operative nurse, really high level. If you explain a little bit more what that means, you have a really good source of vocabulary there.
Right.
So, as you said, what you do, you speak really quickly and then you stop. Yeah, and then you
Yes.
speak really quickly and then you stop. One of the important things we want to do here, so that kind of affects the fluency as well. Some of the answers were a bit short, could do with a little more development. So a couple of points I had to ask you why to keep you talking and to get more information.
All right.
But the other thing is try and slow it down a little bit. Give yourself a bit more time to think while you're talking, and that should be really good for your pronunciation, so the rhythm of your speech, and also your fluency, because it could reduce some of those pauses and hesitations. Okay?
All right. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, you're welcome, Yel. We will come back to you later, so don't worry. You will be doing a little bit of work on your day off, a little bit more work on your day off.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so in the comments box, we've got Ninzi. Hi, Ninzi. Thanks for coming along. Great to see you here. And we also have Grace. So hi, Grace. Thanks for coming and taking the time to be with us this evening or afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Let's have one more person for lists. Joanne. Hi, Joanne. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm fine. Currently, I'm at the airport right now, and I'm joining your class.
Okay. Do you have time to do speaking part one, or a bit busy?
Yes, of course. Can
Okay.
you hear me? Is it clear? My microphone is on.
Yeah, your microphone is on. We can hear you loud and clear. So Joanne joining us from the airport. Okay. Let's talk about making lists. Do you like making lists?
Definitely, I do making lists because I admit that I'm a very forgetful person. So I have this feeling of anxiety when I do not do things that I should be doing in a day.
How often do you make lists? Oh, we're losing you a bit there. Could be the internet connection. One more time, Joanne. Oh, it's very unclear, Joanne. I think there's a problem with your connection. Let's try one more time. Can you hear me? Okay, I think we've lost Joanne. Joanne, if you stay in the stream and get to a place with a better connection, we will come back to you. initial feeling there. Some good lexis talking about being forgetful, talking about your anxiety about forgetting things. So some good vocabulary there. Well done. Not really enough to give you proper feedback though. I'll take you off the stream. If you go to a place with better connection, come back and join us again. Okay. Okay. So let's move on to the next set of part 1 questions. Talking about recycling. So recycling, a big environmental topic. Here we have it in a part 1, and our pictures on the right there, you can see some plastic bottles waiting to be recycled, a beach covered in rubbish, very sad environmental effect of littering, and also a symbol of the earth with a recycling sign around it. So before we move on and have another speaker, hi Gia, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Welcome to the stream. This is actually, so a couple of people are asking how they can join the stream. This is run through the Connetics and Swoosh IELTS Scholarship Group. So if you get in touch with them, they should be able to give you a bit more information about it. Okay, we've got 2 more people who haven't had a chance to talk yet, and we will have one of them. So, hi Shirley. Can you hear me?
Hello, yes, I can hear you.
Hi Shirley, coming back to us again. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you.
Good, fantastic. Have you been busy over the New Year period?
The usual thing, not so busy. Because we're not allowed to have party here in UAE.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So a bit of a quiet time at the moment then. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Well, Shirley, let's talk about recycling. Do you recycle?
Yes, definitely. I am one of those who are very minded to our environment. So I do recycling.
Mm-hmm. What kinds of things do you recycle?
Most of the things like paper bags, plastic bag, paper bags, some sort of paper.
Mm-hmm. Is it easy to recycle where you live?
Actually, I'm doing it by myself. Those things that I can reuse, I'm using, but I don't know if they have a recycling resources here, because there's no waste segregation that I could find here in my place.
Mm-hmm.
So
do you think? Yeah. Okay. Do you think it will be easier to recycle in the future?
If the government would give attention into it, it would be easier for the community to do the recycling, because it's really difficult to do it if it's only by a private institution.
Okay. Okay, good, Shirley. What do you think about your speaking? Any ideas?
I don't know. Probably I have a grammar mistake.
Yeah, a couple. Okay, good. So there were a couple of grammar mistakes. Not too serious though. They don't affect how easy you are to understand. So that's the main thing. You can always be understood. Our speakers in these sessions tend to be quite good in that respect. One thing I would say, you said the government here doesn't really give attention into it. Can you fix it for me? Give attention into it.
Give attention into recycling.
Okay.
I don't know.
Pay attention to it. Yeah, pay attention to something.
Not into.
So, yeah. So not into, and rather than say give, we say pay attention to something. Yeah. So it's a small Lexis thing. Do you know what your problem sounds are, Shirley?
Sorry?
Do you know which sounds give you problems in your speaking?
The P and F.
Okay, yeah. So
Usually
the,
use
V. Yeah, so just
yeah,
make sure that you're getting that the sound. And which
yeah.
other? There's one other as well. The TH sound sometimes. So remember, in English, this TH sound, we get our tongue right forward between our teeth like this. I think your tongue is sitting back a bit. Yeah, you're pulling it back and you're giving, rather than you're going because it's behind the teeth, not between them. Yeah. So other than that, though, some great lexis there, some great vocabulary, and also the grammar not too bad. Fluency picks up towards the end, so I think it's just a case of getting going. Okay. Once you're into it, you're talking, fluency picks up. Brilliant. Well done, Shirley. Thanks a lot for coming along, and we will have some more from you shortly, I'm sure. Okay, so let's have somebody else. You don't have any devices connected, so I can't add you to the stream. You need to connect your camera or your microphone to join the stream and have some speaking from you. Okay, looking down our list, I think we've had everyone once. So let's go back to Melchris. Hi, Melchris. Hi. You ready to talk about recycling?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. And what are we going to do this time round to get a bit better?
Okay.
What are you going to do?
I have to speak more, expound my answers.
Brilliant. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So let's see how we do with that. So Melchris, let's talk about recycling. Do you recycle?
Yes, I do recycle because I believe that we should be working with environment to make it a better place.
Why?
Well, recycling makes the we should be contributing to the solution rather than the problem. So, recycling is the best way to work with the environment.
What kinds of things do you recycle?
Well, we recycle plastics and papers.
Mm-hmm.
We recycle plastics, papers. We also have bags. We also have clips, and all. And we recycle all sorts of things that can.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Is this easy to recycle where you live?
Well, yes, it's easier to recycle here. The first borough that I live, we actually recycle. They have specific bins to put all the recycling materials. But with my current borough, it's a bit sad because there's no facility for recycling. So at the moment, we are putting all our.
Okay. Do you think it will be easier to recycle in the future?
Yes, it will be easier to recycle in the future because we are already heading to technologies. We are already on we call a modern age, so everything will be there will always be an advancement with technology, so that makes the recycling easier in the future.
Okay. All right. Brilliant. Good. Some better expansion there. You did, and you also noticed at one point I was sitting there. Keep going. Give me a bit more. So well done, Melchris. Some nice development there. And also in your test, do keep an eye on the examiner because sometimes they may, you may be able to tell from their body language they want you to keep going. But good, well done. Another thing that we could talk about for this topic. Okay, thanks a lot, Melchris. I'll take you off the stream, but yeah, we will probably, hopefully, have you back for a bit more shortly. Another thing here, you guys are all nurses, So talking about recycling, you could have some really great opportunities to showcase your vocabulary. You could talk about things like, well, I personally love to recycle. I think it's really important to protect the environment. Unfortunately, in my job as a nurse, a lot of things can't be recycled because they are clinical waste. So they are sent for incineration. And I think that's quite bad. Yeah, so you could talk about some of your professional experience in this topic, or is it easy to recycle where you live? You know, you could talk about the fact that some things in your profession cannot be recycled. Where I live, it is, but at work, that's a different matter. Do you think it will be easier to recycle in the future? Well, lots of hospital trusts are very interested in reducing their environmental footprint, so that could be a really great thing to talk about, and thinking about some of the ways of sterilizing removing the germs from clinical waste. Just an idea for you nurses that is very relevant for your occupation and could be a great source of vocabulary here. Right, so well done, guys. Let's move on so that we have some plenty of time to look at the part 3s. In these sessions, we don't do the full part 2s because we want to give people plenty of opportunity to speak and answer some more questions, but we will look at a topic card. So once again, remember that Swoosh English do have a holiday sale at the moment. Make sure that you get along to the website www.swooshenglish.com. If you are looking to take an OET, IELTS or PTE test, there is a 50% up to 50% sale on at the moment. So that could be a really good opportunity for you to get onto a course for a little bit less money. Okay, so remember, in the speaking part 2, you talk about one topic. The topics are very varied. You only have 1 minute to prepare, and that is not very long at all. So make sure that you practice lots of part 2s and preparing them. You need to get really effective at this. People hear 1 minute, they think it's plenty of time. When you're in your test, or when you even are practicing, you sit down and somebody says, right, you've got a minute. And for some people, they've just finished reading the topic card and the examiner is saying, can you start speaking now, please? Oh, goodness. So remember, do practice preparing those. 1 minute is not a very long time. You have 1 to 2 minutes to speak. So while 1 minute to prepare is not very long, if you are speaking and you don't have very much to say, 1 minute can feel like a really, really long time, and 2 minutes even more so. So do make sure that you're practicing these. Okay, and as I said, effective preparation is really crucial for your part 2. So let's have a look at this topic card. We'll look at it because it's going to prepare us for the part 3. Describe a beautiful place that you would recommend visiting. You should say where it is, how to get there, what there is to do when you are there, and explain why you would recommend visiting this place. So this could be, for example, a historic building. For some of you, for example, if you're coming from quite tropical countries, there is probably a lot of green space around you. For those of you from more arid environments, drier environments, you could talk about the desert. Desert could be quite a beautiful place. It could be a natural place. It could also be some kind of historic building or a particular town or city. So there are plenty of things to talk about here. And remember, for a topic card like this describing a place, you really want to focus on the story. How did you get there? Who did you go there with? What did you do while you were there? How did you feel? All of these question words are really going to help you develop it. And then make sure that you make it very clear that you recommend going there. So we want a very nice positive description. Okay, so there is the part 2 topic card. We are going to be talking about places. Right, so the speaking part 3s, they are related to part 2. No two speaking part threes are the same. The examiner will make up the questions. The questions here can be quite difficult. If you suddenly get a very difficult question in your part two, don't worry about it too much. It means that your speaking is quite good. So the examiner will ask you questions to see how high your level is. If your level is quite low and you get lots of really easy questions in speaking part three, more similar to speaking part one sometimes, you might think, well, that wasn't too bad, and then be a bit disappointed with your score. An indicator that you are scoring quite well is that the questions get more difficult. So I've read some people giving advice, you shouldn't try too hard in part three. If your speaking is really good, then you get difficult questions and you want to avoid it. Ignore that advice. It's terrible advice. Why would you try to perform worse than you possibly, why would you not perform your best? So don't listen to advice telling you to try and perform a little bit worse or discuss lower level topics. Remember, even if the question is quite difficult, it's not a test of knowledge. If you don't have the knowledge required to really develop the question and to answer many more questions, just give something to buy you time. Oh, that's quite a difficult question. I've not thought about it before. Just give me a moment to think about it. Give a nice logical answer, show your grammar, vocabulary, all of those things. Nice logical answer, develop it a little bit and finish. The examiner, once you've told them, I don't know much about this topic, once you've answered the question, they will accept that and they will move on and talk about something else. They won't keep asking you about something if you have made it clear that it's not a language problem. I just don't know that much about this topic. So, but you do still need to answer the question. Yeah. Just make it very clear that you're going outside of your knowledge area rather than your language skills. Okay, so let's take a look at these part threes then. We've got a part three here about tourism. So do many tourists visit your country from abroad? Talking about international travel, people coming from overseas. Why do you think people like to travel to other places on holidays or for holidays? So give a few reasons there. What is the benefit of traveling internationally? And that is for individuals. And next question, what benefits can tourism bring to an area? Think about which industries are going to benefit. You could talk about employment opportunities. You could talk about the economy. There is quite a lot to discuss here. And last one, are there any disadvantages of tourism? This one's a bit more difficult. There are some ideas, but let's get them from some of our speakers as well. I don't want to give too much away. I want to see how you guys deal with this question. This last question is a bit more difficult. Okay, so adding into the stream, we have joining us again, Peter. Hi, Peter.
Hi. Yes.
Hi. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. Are you ready to talk about tourism?
Yes. I can give it a try. Yeah.
That's the spirit. That's what we like to
Yeah,
hear.
of course. Yeah, of course.
So, Peter, let's talk about tourism. Do many tourists visit your country from abroad?
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, there are lots of people who is living from other parts of the world that goes into my home country, the Philippines.
Why do you think they come to the Philippines?
I think they are very amused with the virgin type of nature that the Philippines offer to them, which is I think they couldn't find in their home country. That's why they tend to visit the Philippines just to enjoy those kind of features the Philippines has to offer.
What benefits can tourism bring to the Philippines?
So there are lots of benefits of from this kind of tourism business to the locals in my home country. Like it could boost their income. They could sell their native products to the tourist. It could also give them a chance to show their culture, their identity, things like that.
Okay. And can you think of any disadvantages of tourism?
One disadvantage that I think is the pollution because there might be some tourists that wouldn't care of throwing their trash in some places in my home country.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think that's the only thing I could see as a disadvantage.
Okay. Okay. Brilliant, Peter. Well done.
Yeah, yeah.
Quite a quick part three, but yeah, good, good. You talk about people who is living. People who is living. People who.
People living something like
You could just say
that.
people living in other
Yeah,
countries or
yeah,
people who are living.
who are living? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Either one is fine. So you
yeah,
have fixed it. Well done.
yeah.
There are
People
a couple of
living.
ways to
Yeah,
fix it there. You talk about people being very amused with the Virgin type of scenery.
yeah,
Amused.
yeah, something like that. I think.
Amused. Can we choose a better word? Do they think it's
Um,
funny?
Amused would be tied up with something like finding something a bit funny. Okay.
Yeah.
Probably like amazed.
Amazed. Okay. Okay. Much better word choice. Yeah. Very
Yeah,
close. But yeah, much better. Okay. Good. Good. Good.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and okay, one thing you did, you said it could do something, it could do something, it could also do something. Towards the end there, when you're talking about the benefits of tourism, you said it could bring them more jobs, it could be good for arts and crafts, it could also be good for something else.
Yeah.
Try and vary the grammar a little bit more. Yeah, because at
Hmm.
one point it sounded a little bit repetitive. It's not, it
Okay.
wasn't wrong, but a bit more variation would be quite nice. Okay.
So like I'll pick another word that aside from using the word could, something like
Yeah.
that.
Another benefit would be something else. Yeah. Or something like that. Rather than it could be good for people's jobs, it could allow them to sell arts and crafts. It could also something else. One thing is that it's quite good for local jobs. When tourists come to an area, it really helps businesses like restaurants and hotels. Another benefit would be for people selling and making local arts and crafts or something like that. Yeah. So just it with the structure, the overall structure, it could verb something, it could verb something
Mm.
else. Got a bit repetitive. Okay. But
Yeah, yeah.
other than that, good. Well done. Well done.
Thank
Okay.
you so
Brilliant.
much. Yeah,
Thanks, Peter.
yeah.
Pleasure to have you joining us. I'm going to remove you from the stream. Let's just see if we've got any more joiners. No more joiners in the comments. So let's just move on to another speaker. Let's have Claire Lee, you're back. Hi, sorry, surprised you. Surprised you there. Just unmute yourself if you could, please.
Oh, yeah, there.
Hi,
There
there we
now.
go. That's better. Hi, Clelly. Sorry to surprise you like that. You ready to talk about tourism?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, brilliant. Let's talk about tourism. Do many tourists visit your country from abroad?
Yes, as of the moment, what I know is that there are 2 million tourists who visit our country, from coming from other areas of the world, and yeah, they go there for vacation, for leisure. Mm.
Why do you think they go there?
Yeah, they go there for, I think they go there for to experience nature, because Philippines is a tropical island, and it is the weather is far from the weather that they're experiencing and on their own country. That's why it's a variety for them.
What benefits can tourism bring to an area?
It boosts the benefits that the tourism can bring in an area is that it boosts its economy, like the restaurants, they find the food enticing, the activities, some of the activities are very are new to some foreigners that are coming from abroad, so it's a new
Yeah,
experience to them.
okay. What kinds of activities would be new for people coming from abroad?
Yeah, some of them like bungee jumping. Not all people like from Europe, they don't have that bungee jumping that much. They could experience that in Asia, those also in Australia, and particularly in the Philippines, because it's far more cheaper than going to Australia. Yeah.
Okay. Can you think of any disadvantages of tourism?
Disadvantages of tourism is that the trash that they leave, especially if people are not educated well of the place, they tend to just throw their trash away, and it's not good for the environment. It harms the environment, which is not good, because like for the next time if you want to go back to that place, you will not find it you will not find it pleasurable, or you will not find it like, what do you call that? Now I'm out of.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
like
Fine.
that.
Can you think of any economic drawbacks of a economy based on tourism? How does tourism affect the economy negatively, or any
Cannot.
drawbacks?
It's a hard question. I cannot think of any drawbacks.
Are there jobs
Maybe
all
if
year round?
No, it depends. As far as I know, it depends on the season. Like if it's summertime in the Philippines, it peaks up when especially with those who are living in the shore, in the Bay Area, it peaks up. But if it's colder, it's like on those part of Baguio, northern, that's where the peak is. Yeah.
So what do people do in the off season?
Off season,
What
I
do
am not
local
so
people do?
sure. Local people do I think they stock up. They stock up with their native products like rattan bags, carpets, fans, those stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well done. And as you pointed out clearly, some really quite difficult questions towards the end there.
Yeah.
Just wanted to get the idea out. There are other drawbacks apart from the rubbish. The rubbish is fine. It's a good thing to talk about. But if we were, for example, looking at a task 2 about tourism, it's this idea of seasonal work that could be a drawback. If there's lots of work in the peak season and in the off season, there aren't enough jobs, that could cause some problems. As you said, people tend to move into other industries in the low season. So they may, for example, go into agriculture, or as you said, manufacturing as well. So could talk about the seasonal effects of work. Another interesting thing to discuss here could be the reliance on the economic well-being of other countries. So if the economy is bad somewhere else, very often these tourist destinations are the first to suffer the consequences. One of the first things people stop doing in a recession is going on holiday. So there could be reliance on other places, but really good. Talking about recycling, fine. Good, but there are other things we could discuss. So that's why I gave you the difficult questions. And you gave it to me as well with a little bit of prompting. So well done. Good. Really nice. So giving some facts, 2 million people coming from other countries every year. Great. really good, showing knowledge about the tourist industry, talking about the Philippines being a tropical island. Is it one island?
Oh, it consists of
Okay,
many
yeah, it's a tropical island group, or archipelago
yeah.
is another word.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
quite high level vocabulary. You
Mm.
said bungee jumping is far more cheaper. Far more cheaper? Just far
It's
cheaper.
cheaper.
Yeah, okay, we don't say
It's
more cheaper.
cheaper.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Educated well of the place, educated of, or
Oh, educated.
um, about.
It, about, yeah,
Yeah,
educated.
yeah. Okay. Other than that, good, clearly, well done. Yeah, and as you rightly noticed, some really horrible questions there. I was
It's
just
too
trying to get.
much. But it's fine. But it's fine because we're here to practice, and
Yeah.
it's like, we have to expect for the worst.
And when people are high level, they can suddenly get quite difficult questions. The examiner probably wouldn't ask you in the way that I asked you. They would say, do you think, what are the problems with seasonality of work, or something like that? Yeah, they might ask such a question. It's the kind of thing I can imagine them doing if you're doing really well. So well done, really good. Right, thanks a lot, Claire. We are running out of time, but we will have a couple more people, give them a chance, I think, to do some part threes really quickly. Cecile is posting spam in the comments, so I don't think that you guys really want to get in touch with Cecile, offering you leaked questions and answers for upcoming exams. That doesn't sound very likely to me, so I would not call that number. I would be very cautious with that. Welcome, Ivy. Yeah, so thanks for coming along, Ivy. Great to have you with us. Right, let's move on. Have some other speakers for the last set of part threes, protecting the countryside. So going to give you guys an opportunity to do some part threes and just some really short questions and answers here, just to give you the opportunity before we finish. Hi, Nen.
Oh my God.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh dear. Don't sound too thrilled to be back. Well, we're thrilled to have you, Nen. Let's talk a little bit about protecting the countryside. What are the advantages of having unspoiled countryside?
There are lots of advantages having a preserved countryside because when we get old, or if you want to spend a good time or unwind, it's very nice, or we will be very happy if we go visit the countryside. So having it preserved and having it preserved will will make us also happy.
Do you think it's important to protect the countryside?
Yes, as I've said, it's very important to protect them, protect the countryside, because it's one of the places wherein you want to go when you grow old. And maybe if you have money, you can transfer from the city to the countryside, because it's much peaceful and quiet in that area.
You said people transfer from the city to the countryside. Why might they do that, apart from the peace and quiet?
Yes, city is I can see that the city is very busy place, and once you retire, or if you're sorry, if you're already old, as I've said, you want a quiet place to live, and it's very important for you to have fresh air, and of course the scenery is different. It's really different compared to the city.
Okay,
sorry.
brilliant then. Fine. It's good. So I managed to get the word I was looking for there. When people retire, they might go to the. So you were saying people transfer to the countryside the word I was looking for, and you gave it, was retire. So good. They retire to the countryside. Well done. Yeah, and talking about the pace of life and things like that are a bit slower in rural areas. One thing that you're doing then, which is a very dangerous game to play, with some of these filler sounds, there's lots of different filler words that people use. One of the most dangerous ones is and. Because once you say and, you have committed to speaking a bit more.
Another, yes.
And then you have to think of it. So just stop and think. Just stop. Don't say and. Just stop and think. Let me just think if there's anything else that's important. Think about it. If you think of something, give it. If you don't think of something, no, I think that's probably everything I can think of. Yeah. So just be really careful with this word and. Because you are committing yourself to giving something else. Or if you find yourself doing it and I think that's everything. Yeah. Let me just think of something else. See if I can think of something. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Thanks, Nin. Great to have you with us. I'm going to remove you from the stream. MM, can you hear me? Are you there? You might want to unmute yourself before we finish. No. Okay. Okay, it's a shame because you have connected your device, but if you come back next week, I will make sure that we have you amongst the first if you are able to get your microphone working. And then the last person joining us then today is Yel. Hi, Yel. Hi.
Hello, sir. Hello,
Hi.
Luke. Yeah.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing fine. Thank you.
Okay. Brilliant. Are you ready to talk about the countryside?
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
Okay. Do you think it's important to protect the countryside?
I believe so. I mean, it is really crucial for us to protect our countryside, and I believe it is our last frontier. What I mean is, when something happens to the cities, we go to the rural side as our habitat, I think.
So what you talked about habitats. What effect is there between protecting the countryside and local wildlife?
Oh yeah, it is definitely important to protect our wildlife species. For an instance, in my country, wherein it is really or the government really protects the environment and the wildlife by imposing rules and regulations or policies to protect our environment. I think we should all take part as citizens to protect our wildlife species.
Okay, and just to finish up then, what do you think we could do to protect the countryside?
As I have mentioned, the government and the citizens must take part or contribute to protect our environment, because we will all benefit.
But what should the government or citizens do?
To impose rules or to implement the laws that we have, and to make sure that everyone is contributing to protect our environment.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. So when you're developing this, you kind of developed it, but you're doing it in really general terms. If you can get a bit more specific, because it could be a good source of vocabulary. We had you saying impose rules, implement the laws that we already have. Great variety of vocabulary there. The thing is, you can't rely on the examiner to ask you the questions to get it. You have to volunteer it. Okay.
All right.
So just practice some of this, and really useful for task 2 in writing as well. Just practice some idea developments and do it with speaking. So you're talking about the countryside as the last frontier. You said rural side. Rural side. I think you might be inventing words there. Yeah.
Rural area
Okay.
or
Okay.
the
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
just want to have a variety instead of saying countryside. Maybe I
Yeah.
want to be more flexible.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, totally. Just make sure that you get it right. Yeah, rural
Yes.
areas.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. And you talked about the countryside being our habitat. Yes, it sounds a little bit unusual though. Usually we use this word habitat to talk about animals. Yeah.
Yes.
Although, of course, people are animals and do have a natural habitat as well. It sounds a little bit unusual. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So, all right, brilliant. Thanks a lot for coming along, Yel. So
Thank
that is
you.
all. My pleasure. My pleasure. I'm going to remove you from the stream. Be great to see some of you guys next week as well. So that is all we've got time for today. Overrunning a little bit just to give the last few people an opportunity to speak again because they have been waiting for a while. Gail, how to join the practice? Gail, you can contact Swoosh or Connetics, and I believe it's done through IELTS Scholarship Group. So contact Swoosh and Connetics. Logos at the bottom of the presentation there, and they may be able to give you some pointers. So brilliant. Great to have some new speakers as well as some old ones returning after the new year. So a big welcome and thank you to our new speakers joining us today. And thank you for coming along and listening. That's all we've got time for. I hope it's been helpful both for the speakers and for the listeners. I hope you guys listening picked up some handy tips there as well. And as ever, my name is Luke. This session is run for Swoosh English and Connetics. We do have at the moment, there is this 50% sale on OET, IELTS and PTE courses at Swoosh English, up to 50% holiday sale. So if you are looking for an IELTS, OET or PTE course, now is a very good time to go to the website. The link is at the top there, www.swooshenglish.com. And Emery asking how to participate. As I said, Emery, get in contact with Swoosh and Connetics and they will be able to tell you a bit more about that. Okay, so brilliant. Thanks a lot for coming along, everybody. Really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedules to come and join us. Many of you after shifts as well. So fantastic commitment. Great to see you all. Happy New Year. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. All the best, everybody. Bye-bye.